Julia Holter is an American singer, songwriter, record producer, composer, artist, and academic based in Los Angeles. She released her first studio album, she self released it in 2007, and that was the first of 9 studio albums so far. She's had live albums and compilations also. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was the fifth studio album by Julia Holter. It's fairly recent as I record this, and it's my first time listening to it. I have reviewed a Julia Holter album before on this list, and I really liked it. So this is a double album, and what I'd like to do in these reviews is give some context and some description and some opinion. The description bit is the bit that's going to be difficult here because it's not easy to describe. So if we were trying to pull out elements and attach, maybe genre names to them, I'd throw in at least uh, classical or contemporary classical, chamber rock, noise, electronica, and art rock, maybe. There's just a lot going on here. It is very arty. It's grand in scope. It feels like a big sound and a big album. And it's definitely the words experimental and avant-garde could be thrown in here as well. There are lots of different instruments and instrument sounds being used, including orchestral instruments. Um, they're usually in ones and twos and things like that, which is uh, where the label chamber rock or chamber pop comes from. This is definitely not pop. It's the kind of use of an oboe, the cello, and things like that, kind of mixed together. But then there's all sorts of, as I say, all sorts of other things. The approach to this is more about soundscapes and textures than it is about harmony and tunes. There's occasional bits that are a bit more straightforward, but that's a relative term, I think. Here, there are a few points where there's particular sound going on that I'm going to choose to call dueling bagpipes. 'Cause it feels like you got the bagpipe sound and then another bagpipe sound at least, and maybe a third one, and they're all kind of fighting. Um, Particularly they're in discord with each other. There's one bit that was an extended bit of reverb ambience, which is just like the background sound. Lots of different stuff going on here. Vocally, she's got a nice voice. A lot of the vocal stuff is disjointed syllables. Sometimes they're done in such a way that they then make words, and occasionally there's bits that actually make more sense. Um, Sometimes they're multi-tracked, so there's quite a lot of stuff going on. So some of the saner bits of this remind me of Bjork. And if you know Bjork, you'll know that she is generally not thought of as being sane in terms of the music. So this is quite bonkers in lots of ways. But there's nice textures, and I enjoyed it. So there are many questions that I've been asking myself as I do this series of reviews, and one of them that keeps coming back is why is it that there is some stuff that's strange and unusual that I really like, and there's some that I kind of like, and there's some that I really don't like, and what are the different qualities or within that strangeness that actually make something enjoyable to me? And I'm finding it hard to find answers to that, but I think in this case, it's the general feel overall of it is one of grandness, which is often something that I enjoy, and textures done well. I like her voice. I like just like the overall feel and attitude here. It's good. It's rich. It's expressive. There are lots of ideas. I think that sometimes I get put off when I feel like people are being odd in a way that subverts the norms of music, but I suspect that they're doing that partly because they're not able to competently play within the norms of music. Whereas in this, it's obvious that there is musical talent. in the people who were playing. There's quite a few people playing apparently here. Um, and I think that suspicion of not actually being able to do the normal stuff is stuff that kind of thought puts me off sometimes. Anyway, here for this album, I thought it was quite remarkable. It's really quite a thing. It's a bit of an assault of style, and if you don't like unusual music, then you probably will hate this. If you like certain types, then you may well love it. I do love it. It feels a bit like, as a metaphor, if you when you see an abstract painting, and you know a lot of abstract paintings I see, I'm kind of scratching my head and going, really, is there any merit to this at all, or somebody just splashed some paint on some canvas and said this is art? Whereas in this, it's like the abstract painting when you look at it, and instead of scratching your head, you go, actually, I'm not sure I understand it, but I do like it. And it's or you kind of, I get it, but I might not be able to articulate why I get it or what it is that it's doing, but I do like it, and it's like that for me for this album. I like it. I like it quite a lot, actually. It blew me away first time that I listened to it, and it's good, but I'm struggling to articulate technically within that exactly why that is. I think it's just the aesthetics of it I like. So there we go. That's what I think of this album. As always, I'd love for you to tell me what you think, so please do leave a comment, and that's it from me for now.